Good morning, dear students. We are going to read our 10th lesson. Lesson 10, Adventure at the Circus. Adventure at the Circus. Look at the first paragraph. Last week, Mrs. Roy made an announcement. Children, we will go to the circus on Wednesday. Class 2 will also come with us, she said. Before she could finish, an excited buzz went up among the students of class 3. What fun! I want to see the clowns, cried Neeraj, one of the naughtiest boy in the class. Mrs. Roy found it difficult to keep the class quiet as the students whispered to each other excitedly about the trip. At lunch break, they busily discussed what they would buy at the stalls outside the circus. At home, Neeraj said to his parents, "The teacher will take us to the circus next week. Can I have some money to buy candy?" Neeraj's parents looked at each other. They were very poor. His mother thought for the moment and replied, "We have a week. Let me see what I can do." Then page number 67. Neeraj knew how hard his mother worked. He quickly said, "I will just take my lunch." Soon, Wednesday arrived. At 10 o'clock, two buses with happy and excited children started from the school. They went off to the circus. At the circus ground, the children trooped out of the buses and entered the tent in a queue. In the first act, a group of clowns walked in wearing funny hats and bright costumes. They juggled balls, chased one another, and fell down in a hurry. How the children laughed! Then came the acrobats riding tall unicycles and trapeze artists who made the children hold their breaths with the moves. "I can do all that," Neeraj boasted to his friend Ravi. "Don't you show off. You fell off your bicycle last week when you tried to prove that you could ride without using your hands." Ravi laughed. The next act was the Well of Death. A man rode a motorcycle along the wall of a tall arena built like a cylinder. Round and round he went and rode up to the very top. The children were amazed. They clapped again and again. But suddenly something went wrong. The children saw the man come riding out of the cylinder and into the area where they sat. "His tire has burst," someone shouted. The motorcycle rushed along the path between the chairs at their great speed while the rider tried to stop it. Everyone scrambled away, but a little girl who had been too slow to get up stood fixed to the spot, too scared to move. But Neeraj had seen her. She was little Neha from the second standard who had been sitting 2 rows behind him. He was beside her in a flash and pulled her out of the way moments before the motorcycle rushed past. The motorcycle came to a stop and the rider got off. He rushed to Neha. The owner of the circus and Mrs. Roy came running too. Are you all right? The rider asked. Yes, Neha replied in the small voice. Bhaiya saved me. You are really brave, Ravi whispered to Neeraj. Everyone went back to the seat. The circus started again. Neha sat beside Neeraj for the rest of the show. Afterwards, the children crowded around the food stall. Neeraj had no money. He stood quietly in the corner. Neha's parents had come to take her home and heard of Neeraj's bravery. They came up to him and hugged him. Thank you for saving our daughter, Neha's mother said, touching his head. Together, they went to the food stall where Neeraj had his favorite banana chips. As he sank his teeth into a chip with a satisfying crunch, he thought, it's a good day. When Neeraj came home in the evening, his mother asked, did you enjoy the circus? Which act did you like the best? There was a big smile on Neeraj's face as he told her what had happened at the circus. You are very brave, my son, his mother said after he finished his story. It was the best day of my life, Neeraj exclaimed.